All right. Peace, everyone. Let me know if that you can hear me. I pray everybody's doing well. Welcome back once again. I'm coming in early today, y'all. Early. 'Cause I have some things to say. I know we already know what time it is. If you can hear me, let me know. Make sure this is moving here. All right, boom. You know, I saw this actually. I didn't watch it, right? I had just came in. I was going to sleep, and then I saw it all over the news feed. And then yesterday I said I wanted to speak to the issue. But then I was like, nah, I kind of like to wait because oftentimes as we're seeing, issues are multifaceted. And the emotional reaction, knee jerk, loud and clear. What's up, Chris? The knee-jerk reaction, the emotional reaction that we usually go to, it just makes it all the worse, right? So I put up a few of my thoughts on Facebook and I took my little self to sleep. You feel me? This morning, it got worse, right? As we knew it would. But in true Amunish fashion, in true Solomonic fashion, this one's going to take me a little bit because as I'm listening and looking and even seeing some of the responses for people across social media, I'm like, no wonder we can't, as a collective, as a society, really get to the meat and potatoes of stuff because we do a lot of projection. So I'm gonna start backwards, right? Say we didn't know nothing. We didn't know what was happening. All we saw when we woke up was this speech right here. So we're gonna start at the speech and work our way backwards. A number of things on this screen, but we're going to work our way backwards because I think it's important as we, the people, if we care, in our own lives, because I got to go there, and in just having discussion with things that society shares as a whole. I think it's important to be able to look at the whole picture. So you already know this video is not even going to be monetized because I'm about to use some videos. So before I get into that, let me make sure I'm running this thing. Like, subscribe, and share. It is what it is. There better be like copyright strike. It'll be all right today. It's as long as it's not hurting the channel. This is for commentary purposes, so I'm quite sure that a lot of people is that. So let me run a commercial real quick, and then we're going to jump into this here conversation. Let me know if you saw the slap. Let me know what side you on before I even do that. While I'm playing this commercial, did you see the slap? What side are you on so far? Okay, how about what did you feel when you first saw the slap? Where did your mind go? Right? And then we're going to come in and start from the top. Yes, indeed. Yeah, at first I thought it was stage 2 revolutionary. I thought so too. How about you? At first I was like, but then when I saw the shouting from the crowd, I saw everybody drop off. Let me know if I'm still streaming. Let me know if you guys are still there. I don't know. I stepped outside, so hopefully the internet is still good. I saw it, and I was like, at first I was like, then I seen him. But again, we're watching actors, so you kind of like, people play games. Even if people playing games, things evoke emotions from people. If you are emotionally invested in celebrity, then you may come from that angle. But there's many angles that I'm going to come from, and so we're going to take this nice and slow. Let's look at the acceptance speech. Say you didn't see the slap. You didn't see the slap. You got here late, and you're like, "What happened? What's going on?" Because if you see the people in the audience as well, they were doing the same thing. Like, "Yo, what is going on?" Let me know Let me know what's going on. Chris is saying in conflict, women and children are off limits. Okay, so we're gonna get into all of that. We're gonna get into all of that. I'm gonna share my screen. If we just jumped into the conversation at this point, we wouldn't even known about the slap, and we would have been like, "What? Why is old boy tripping?" Let me see here. So let's listen to the acceptance speech.
Goes to
Will Smith.
Okay, I gotta stop it incrementally nonetheless. But this is after the slap. Okay, he gives the smooch. He wasn't even gonna smooch homegirl. If you peeped it, I'm gonna try not to go back too much because I got a few videos to play. But he wasn't even gonna smooch her, right? Miss Entanglement, she went in for the smooch. He was just doing what was that movie when they was touching hair follicles? I'm gonna try not to do too many things that I can't remember the name of right now, but y'all understand what I'm saying. They had the little moment, and this is after he stood up, as many people are saying, for her honor. But let's continue.
Oh man.
Oh wait, I just realized I'm not showing you guys it. Hold on. Let me
Richard Williams.
Let me take off this stuff.
Was a fierce defender of his family. In this time,
fierce defender of his family. So the other thing that I thought off the bat was, this dude played one too many roles. Like, he slipped into character and didn't even realize it. Because the first thing he comes up is Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. But you also have other parts of Richard Williams' family, which is Serena and Venus's father, who said he wholly left and abandoned his other family. So, it is partial. It really depends on who you were, according to the news that came out from their older siblings. I'm just saying. So people choose to see what they want to see and choose to put weight on what they want to put weight on. Let's continue.
In my life, in this moment, I am overwhelmed by what God is calling on me to do and be in this world.
So, bruh, you crying after you wholly just boxed the youth? And some people will say he earned it. We're gonna get to that part. But now he's over here crying because God, quote unquote, is calling him to be all of these things as he accepts the idol. By the Oscar is a representation of an idol. We'll get into that another time. But as this highly coveted idol that all of his career he's been wanting, and now he finally gets possession of this idol here. He goes into feeling all of these emotions that are coming. Mm-hmm.
Making this film, I got to protect Ingenue Ellis, who was one of the most strongest, most delicate people.
Why Ingenue, whoever she is, looking at him like, I don't know. Now, if we are watching this whole conversation of Will Smith and the information he shared and his book coming out and him confessing that his father was abusive, and the fact that he was a small child and he saw the father slap the mother and he felt disempowered, like he couldn't do anything. All of this, I think it's the wall between me pretending and me acting and all of that stuff converged in this space and time. And now he's like, oh, here's an opportunity. You know what I mean? That's how I felt when I saw it. Let me know how you felt when you saw it.
I've ever met. I got to protect Sanaya and Demi, the two actresses that played.
Trigger words. Go inside. Trigger words now. He is on this protection mode. He's on this new, I have to protect. I couldn't protect my mother, so now I have to protect. He's in this mode. And I think that this character that he's winning this Oscar for, it pushed him into this space in his own personal life.
Venus and Serena. I'm being called on in my life to love people and to protect people and to be a river to my people.
Bruh, after you box the man, right? I'm sorry, this is not going to be wholly professional. After you, man, box the man, They still made you go up on this stage. I asked the question on my social media. Had the comedian been a European or another comedian of another color or another persuasion, and would, number one, he have slapped him? And two, would they have allowed him to now accept the Oscar? I just throw that out there.
I know to do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you in this business.
By the way, he's talking about all of media. It's the trade-off, right? You expose yourself in this way, the way in which they've exposed themselves, and then, like he's saying, people, the internet, by the way, like by the time this thing happened, the internet must have had 1 million memes, right? I think he was slapping Chris Rock for the whole internet. He was slapping them for the paparazzi. Like, Chris was the sacrificial lamb to get the box that he wanted to box all of the people who ever, like, look what they did. We're going to talk about the August thing, but the way in which they dealt with the humiliation that he had to endure and keep coming back and smiling. I think that last joke it wasn't even really the joke. I think it was her reaction to the joke was the straw that broke the camel's back. And Chris was the one who just happened to be there because there was already issues between the two, which we're going to talk about. So he decides, I'm going to be manly. But I don't even think it was manly, but I'm going to save that for a minute. I'm going to tell you why.
You got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay. But Richard Williams, and what I loved, thank you, Dean. Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you.
So what am I call the devil now? Oh, no, stop. No, look on Denzel. Denzel look tired. Go and go sleep, Denzel. You look tired. But who really call the devil now? Who this speech troubled me for many reasons, but let's continue. Now the people conflicted. They in there clapping like they don't want to get slapped. Why y'all clapping? Why y'all clapping? Did they not who hired Chris Rock, the comedian, to host the show and be a comedian? Who? Didn't they hire him to do a job? Was he doing his job? Some would say, was it in bad taste? Maybe. But was he doing his job? So, again, let's continue.
It's like I want to be a vessel for love.
Father, help us.
I want to say,
Father, hold on. If this ain't the most, the man after man, yo, he could have went up there and been like, yo, he could have spoke to him because it's just weights and balances. Okay, Chris Rock is getting greasy at the mouth. Then even if you went up there and warned him, like, yo, bro, you know what I mean? I need you to humble down. It would have been like, oh my goodness, what is he doing? But Chris Rock did not physically threaten you. He did not physically threaten Jada. Therefore, you resorting to violence, you throwing the first blow is opening up a whole different can of worms. And he's up here crying, talking about he's called to love. What the?
You to Venus and Serena. I just spit. I hope they didn't see that on TV. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena and the entire Williams family for entrusting me with your story. That's what I want to do. I want to be an ambassador of that kind of love, care, and concern. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees.
He not apologized to Chris. He apologizing to the Academy. Who? The ones who hired Chris? He's apologizing to his fellows. But he have beef with Chris. And as a man who is about love, wouldn't you address the person who you have beef with? If you knew he was going to host the show again, wouldn't you address him a fourth time and say, yo, brethren, I didn't too rate the way you X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? If you do me a favor, blah, blah, blah. That's what men do. But how do you saute? Because that's what it looked like to me. He sauntered on the stage, slapped him, and ran off. You didn't square up. You ain't give the man a chance to be like, yo, you know, let me see what you didn't give an opportunity for any of that. It was some more, I didn't like what you said, and ran off the stage. I could be wrong, but that's what I saw. Let me know what you saw.
This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people, Tim and Trevor and Zach and Sanaya and Demi and Ingenue and the entire cast and crew of King Richard and Venus and Serena, the entire Williams family.
Yo, why Venus looking like she had a flashback or something, son? Why you see the knit in the middle of her brow? She looks concerned. Like you shouting me out after you slapped the snot out of somebody. I don't know how this makes me feel right now. I'm a bit uncomfortable. Look at her face. This is the face of I'm a bit uncomfortable with this whole conversation.
Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said.
What happened? What? Art imitates life. So what happened? Jed is your child now? You look like, see, all of this is justification. I did it because I love you. Michael, who left this towel in the pool? He up here acting like Joe Jackson, acting like Ike Turner, jumping up on the stage, slapping another brother, right? Again, you had an opportunity to pull home to the side, or you had an opportunity to G-check him on the stage. But you chose to elevate the conversation. And I wonder if it wasn't Chris Rock and if it was someone else, would it have been a problem? And didn't just last week or the week before when D.L. Hughley, another comedian, said something about Kanye, and then one of Kanye quote unquote goons G-checked DL. Now it's like, oh, you're bringing violence. But on the other side, when somebody brings violence to the comedian, it's wrong. On both sides, it's thought that the violence is being brought to the comedian. On one side, you hear that the actor or the entertainer is wrong, and on the other side, he's getting an Oscar and the people are clapping. I'm confused. Make it make sense for me.
Just like they said about Richard Williams. But love will make you do crazy things. To my mother, a lot of this moment is really complicated for me, but to my mother, she didn't want to come out. She's had her knitting friend. She has a knitting crew that she's in Philly watching with. Being able to love and care for my mother.
Another part is black on black crime. That's another thing I said. Oh, black on black crime is accepted. It's normalized. Oh, these are just Negroes fighting. This is again. It had it been anybody else who made this joke, Ellen DeGeneres or somebody who's savage, known to be savage, he wouldn't have walked up there and slapped her. Or one of these other talk show host people. He would have walked up there. I don't even know their names. Would he have walked up there and slapped? It would have been like, oh, violence against white people. But oh, he slapped another black person. Oh yeah, no. Let's keep laughing.
My family, my wife. I'm taking up too much time. Thank you for this honor. Thank you for this moment. And thank you on behalf of Richard and Oracene, the entire Williams family. Thank you. Hoping Academy invites me back. Thank you.
You hope they invite you back. So you did some interesting and good roles. You did Ali. You did Pursuit of Happiness. You did a lot of work. They never acknowledged you. They acknowledged you for this one, and you topped it off by punching another melanated man in the face on stage in front of millions, right? And like some other people are saying, are comedians safe now? Are comedians safe at this point? Or should they have to worry that they're going to be physically assaulted because someone doesn't like their joke? Now, I grew up with a saying that the frog said, what is joke to you is dead to me, meaning somebody could say it's a joke, but the other person takes it seriously, right? And so I grew up understanding that you got to be careful the way you joke and play with people. But that being said, one would have to ask, this joke that he put about her being gonna star in G.I. Jane 2, what did it warrant it, or was he just looking for the opportunity to blow up? So now let's go and check out the slap. Now we're gonna check out the slap. Yeah, Queen T. That's what I'm saying. It's some people are torn because it's multifaceted. It's layered. It's a layered issue, and this is why I'm taking the time to peel back some of these layers. It's not just one way or another, right? So let's look at the box now. Now that we looked at the acceptance speech, which was justifying the behavior, you know what I mean? Yeah, I slapped you, and what? I'll do it again. That's kind of what I received from the whole conversation. But let's look at the box now. Now, and I'm gonna stop and tell you why I think that the slap was in the feminine energy. I think he was in the feminine energy on this one. People like he was standing up for his wife. That's not what I saw, but who knows? You know, nah. Let me go ahead here. Will Smith. Here we go. Let's check this out. All right, let's check it out now. Oh wait. Okay. No, you are man, right? He just said, I should have got the. I can't right now. But okay, before this point, he busted a joke about her. He said, Jada, I love you. This is what he says. And then he says, you know, he's looking forward to G.I. Jane 2, okay? Because of the haircut. He's making so once Will sees Jada's face fall, like, yo, that wasn't funny. You're gonna just sit there? Who knows, right? She gives him some telepathic message. Now he walks straight out of his seat. Chris is not in an aggressive stance. Chris's hands is behind his back. Real, fake, or otherwise. They put it out there for us to analyze, so that's what we're doing. Chris is not, I'm going to fight you, I'm going to whatever. You said something reckless. Man to man, if you want to come to him in his space and let him know, yo, you talk reckless, you could have done that. If you want to be like a man. Because if you're going to square up, please, brothers, let me know. If you're going to square up, like he sucker punched him, basically is what I'm saying. If you're going to square up and you're about that life, then square up and let the dude know that you about to lay him out. No. So you walk up.
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました。
You see? And then after you sucker punched, you ran off to the corner and over there like, keep my mouth way out your mouth. Wait a minute, bruh. Don't run. Don't go nowhere. Why you gonna hit and run? Don't hit and run. That wasn't no masculine energy. The man is standing there with his hands behind his back, has no expectation, according to the narrative they're giving us. Hey, P. Sankara, what's going on? That you was about to come at me like this. Had no expectation. His hands is behind his back. He's not on the defense. Let's rewind just a sec. This is why I said this is more feminine energy type vibration that Will Smith came in. But people say he was defending her. I think he was just slapping him for the whole internet, really.
Wow.
It's all that practice he had with the Muhammad Ali movie. He wanted to try his moves.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました。
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
G.I. ジェーンのジョークだったんです。
I'm going to, okay? Oh, okay.
Now, if my theory is correct, and he comes in the feminine energy, and he sneaks one off on him, now, oftentimes the man is not going to just jump off and hit the woman, right? And she keeps yelling, and he's like, whatever. To me, Chris is just like, first of all, he's smaller than Will Smith is. He's at work. You understand? You know what I mean? You came and assaulted me on the JO. What is really good with you? What are you trying to do? Have me lose my job? But if we take it back to 2016, that's exactly what they wanted him to do. They wanted him to boycott the Oscars and not host based on Will Smith's proximity to being nominated for whatever he felt like he would need to be nominated for. So we're going to check that out as well. But again, somebody comes up to your job, don't like what you say, sucker punch you, run off, and start shouting obscenities from, I know that I'm extremely on one side. People might be like, she have alopecia. We'll get to that, right? I told you, I just buckle up. Usually I don't go this long, but I'm going to have to do it today. And then runs off to the parking lot shouting obscenities. That's what's happening right here.
That was a greatest night in the history of television.
テレビ史上最高の場面でしょうか。
So we are here to do a documentary out, to give an Oscar out.
Okay, right? So that's that. We know we all seen it, but we wanted to watch it together. I wanted us to watch it together because let me know if y'all saw what I saw. Yeah? Did you see what I saw? Do you see what I see? You know, do you see what I see? And please excuse the language. So he's embodied all of these characters over the years, all of these different energies, all of these different entities, all of these different spirits. In another video, he said that when he was writing his memoir about his personal life, he was doing the research for the movie. So now all of these things meld into one. You think you King Richard, you think you Muhammad Ali, you don't know who you are at this point. Fresh Prince of Bel, who knows who you are, right? Because again, could this have been handled differently? The G.I. Jane joke, I put a picture up here, right? Now people say Chris Rock is a comedian. Comedians don't always have jokes in good taste. Come on, but A, Jada is an actress, and B, her hairstyle did look like Demi Moore from G.I. Jane 2. Now, some people would say he shouldn't have spoke about her, but what do you say? Should he have mentioned her? He mentioned her in the original speech, right? He didn't make an alopecia joke. And I didn't even know the woman had alopecia because I don't be following them like that. That red table be on some stuff. They be pulling up some unclean spirits at the red table, right? He didn't make an alopecia joke. He made a joke that fit within the Oscars, with their nominations, with their acting, all of that. He made a joke just before that about the European woman and the European husbandman that was standing there. So he made a joke right before this joke about a husband and wife, right? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? But I wanted to get into the violence part, right? The violence part about how violence is accepted when it's one people group, but not accepted when it's another people group. So and that shows you our appetite for the disrespect. Whether you feel that Chris disrespected him or he disrespected Chris, our appetite for disrespect and our acceptance of this type of disrespect without proper problem resolution. If you sit there for years, first of all, the internet is reckless. The internet has no chill. That's a fact. Before the internet, it was the paparazzi, but the paparazzi has nothing on the internet, okay? So with all of these memes, with all the entanglement, with all of the ways in which she embarrassed him over the years, right? In his mind, if he does not want to identify with the abuser, which in his mind was the father, right? His father was the physical abuser. And if he doesn't want to identify with the abuser, yet the woman has, in the public eye, even up to recent times, emasculated him. This picture I put here, this picture right here in the front, that oftentimes he has emasculated himself. People say, oh, Will is the feminine, because look how Jada is sitting. That meme has been floating around the internet for the longest, right? She's tapping that behind and he's tooting it up. okay, in the other picture here. So he has been emasculated and he has emasculated himself. So now all of a sudden, you play King Richard and it's all about protecting your family. Chris made a joke in that 2016 monologue. Let's look at the 2016. Let's look at what could have started it all. What could have started it all? Before we go there, she's over here pleading with the so-called black community back in 2016. I remember this, to not go to the Oscars or support the Oscars because Oscars so white. How many people remember that? So this was all politics that had nothing to do with the viewing public. It just, the public was used as a tool to meet their agenda. Like when you get the word getting extra money from the movie, ain't up there getting extra money from the movie world, right? So you just using the public opinion to push forward your thought, because you thought the Oscars was where are you there right now? You would have kept it a buck and just not showed up. But now that they did nominate you, you show up and accept with tears and everything, and try to reclaim your masculinity by punching Chris Rock in the face. I don't think that reclaimed the masculinity. It shows even more so how suspect you are. So let's check this out. And I'm going to put the link in the box. And then y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Hold on. This was back in 2016. Hold on. I thought I had the thing. So to why he speak. Let me play this while I'm getting the other thing. Hold on. And I'm gonna share the link in a minute. They what is going on? They like to play with people's emotions. Okay, this is her trying to get people to boycott with her. You know, I mean, we shall overcome type vibration. So let's listen to this while I find the other link. Wait, hold on.
Dignity and diminishes power. Hi, today is Martin Luther King's birthday, and I can't help but ask the question, is it time that people of color recognize how much power, influence that we have amassed, that we no longer need to ask to be invited anywhere? I ask the question, have we now come to a new time and place where we recognize that we can no longer beg for the love, acknowledgement, or respect of any group? Then maybe it's time that we recognize that if we love and respect and acknowledge ourselves in the way in which we are asking others to do, that is the place of true power. I'm simply asking the question. Here's what I believe. The Academy has the right to acknowledge whomever they choose.
Let me know if you guys can hear that, because it sounds low on my side too. Okay, bye, Jada Pancake. That it's low on my side too. So we're gonna basically, if you can remember, it's low on my side too. So we're gonna X that one. If we can remember correctly, she came out with this whole "we shall overcome" type of vibration, and we should boycott because we don't need to beg to come to the table. Blasey, blasey, splazzy, splazzy, right? And so they were trying to get Chris Rock at the time to stand out, have some solidarity, Chris, right? But the whole "we shall overcome" was tried already. So Chris is like, yeah, Chris, a minute. Not going to be monetized, and monetization, so we're going to have to monetize it ourselves. But brace yourselves. Chris Rock will not drop out as Oscars host, but confirms he has torn up his monologue and started from scratch to tackle the anti-white role. And he had some cringeworthy jokes, of which it was weird the way the people were laughing. Yeah, it was really cringeworthy in that 2016. But one of the things he addressed was, and I'm gonna let him say for himself, to like in the Caribbean, when somebody mad with you for a long time, you say they have belly for you. You know what I mean? Like a seed has been planted and it's germinating, and I guess this is the 9 months baby that pops out, right? His Will Smith's act is coming from this place. So let's play this. And I'm gonna drop the link in the box if you want to share your thoughts. I'm almost done here. Starting from the bottom, or starting from the now and going backwards. That's the link right there. And then now we're going to, for those who just joined us, welcome to the conversation. My name is Amuna. We are having this discussion on what happened and the multi-layers and why people feel all type of ways. Black, white, green, yellow. People feel all type of ways for different reasons because they identified with the story from one place or another. Sarai says, I think we reached and he didn't have to slap him, but it happened. Everything is not a job. And Will heard those Dave Chappelle laughs about his wife struggling with her hair. I never heard it, sis. I never heard. I tell you the truth. Was struggling with her hair. I don't know. The mic is breaking up. Let me know if the mic is better now. I don't know. Like I said, if it's somebody just coming and really trying to understand, I didn't know the woman had hair problems. I don't know who knows the woman had hair problems. We're making, for me, a lot of assumptions because some people are vested, some people are not. But to walk up on stage and sucker punch, because that's what he did, somebody in the face, and then walk off and not even that, to me, that's suspect. That's suspect right there to me. I mean, y'all let me know. Thank you for sharing. But to me, that's kind of what I said. Oh, this is the opening monologue now. And then so 2016. What year we in now? We've been having a 6-year belly.
Protest at the time. You know? We don't think the protest. You know, it's too busy being raped and lynched to care about who won best cinematographer. You know, when your grandmother's swinging from a tree, it's really hard to care about best documentary foreign short. But what happened this year? What happened? People went mad, you know? Spike got mad, and Shelton got mad, and Jada went mad, and Will went mad. Everybody went mad, you know? It's crazy, like, Jada got mad. Jada said she's not coming, protesting. I'm like, is she on a TV show? Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars. Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. Oh, it's not an invitation I would turn down. But I understand. I'm not hating. I understand you're mad. Jada's mad. Her man, Will, was not nominated for concussion. I get it. Tell the truth. I get it. You get mad. Said it's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. You're right. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West. Okay. Okay. Things, you know, this year the Oscars, things are gonna be.
I think it was more the latter than the first part. I think it was more the latter than, because as she's not just, oh, she's Will's wife and she's not a public figure. She's a public figure. So she's not, and before she was Will's wife, she was a public figure. And so she came out as a public figure to protest. What did the children do it? To protest her thought of her husband and I don't know, and other black people, quote unquote, not getting any nominations at the Oscar. So she used her position as Jada Pinkett Smith, to have this conversation. That's the thing that we couldn't hear because it was kind of low. So when he's responding, I'm just looking at it from all different angles. It's not like she's like somebody who's out of the public eye and he went and digged up her Facebook and then was like, yeah, no, she came out to the public and publicly protested that you shouldn't do this thing and we shouldn't do this thing, and like some people are saying, it not on code and this, that, and the third, and he decided to break code and said, no, I'm not standing with y'all. I'm gonna go do my job, quote unquote. You know what I mean? So many people, they're saying this is the genesis, this is the beginning, this is where it's coming from. That Not only did he say, who is she to boycott because she wasn't invited, she didn't have any movie role where she would have been invited. Really, she's offended on Will's behalf. So if the conversation with her being offended on Will's behalf, this is why she comes out to protest. Will now, when he finally wins the Oscar, offended on her behalf, right? So she stuck her neck out for him when she felt it was unjust, and now he's sticking out her neck for her. In one moment while I play a commercial break, and then we're going to come back. I put the link in the box, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Hold on. Be sure to check out those sites. I'm going to put the link in the description box. We have a guest, Sankara. Welcome to the conversation.
Hey, sis. Thank you. What's up? Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
My apologies. Let me know if I could be heard. They literally broke the internet. You can't hear me because my internet went out. Let me know if you can hear me now.
I hear you now.
Oh yeah, my all of a sudden the router it's on, but it's not on. But go ahead, Sankara. Thank you guys for your patience. Go ahead. I'm on the phone now, so go ahead. I'm
Okay,
listening.
this is what I think. This is what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's saying it's fake because it is kind of fake, but not for the reasons people think. It's fake rage because
Right.
he was at first he was laughing at the joke. He tried to save face by getting up because he saw Jada was mad about it. So that's when he felt like, oh, I got to do something. But he didn't have a problem with the joke. Now it might be a little different if he was genuinely angry about the joke at first and was offended genuinely, but that ain't what it was. He was trying to save face because, like you said, that is emasculated energy because he's been emasculated in the media and through that, his marriage situation for some years now. So he's trying to come back. He's like, I got to do something to try to, make myself look masculine because I've been getting, done in and I've been looking soft all these years. So let me try to do. So it's kind of weak. That's what I think happened. So I don't think it was fake, but I think it was fake. He was fake mad. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. I feel you, and I agree. Based on, like you said, the way in which he's presented, like the picture here, he's over there letting her, tap that, you know what I mean? And she's over here spread eagle and he's cutting tens. And so the energy has been what it was. And I agree with you that this was a manufactured response. And it may have been some absorption from some of these other roles, because what do you do with that energy once you embody it? You know what I mean? He keeps trying to make reference to protect your family because of what Venus and Serena's father did. And to a certain degree, people start to believe that there's somebody else. Instead of what would such and such do, is what would King Richard do? You're like, King Richard, you know what I mean? And he jumps up there and punches the dude in the face. But like I'm saying, if it came on some man stuff, I grew up around a lot of men. Um, where's the square off? Where's the
Right.
opportunity, right, to make him as a man have an opportunity to deal with you? Why come to him when his hands is behind his back?
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts about the way he approached him, and then ran off? To me, it looked like a run. It looked like a speedy walk. What are your thoughts on the way he did it and the way he left?
It was self-serving because
Mm,
it's a different. He could have did it a different way if it was really about protecting your woman in a
mm-hmm.
genuine way. That was kind of like I said, an act to put on the facade like I'm protective and I'm about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's trying to show himself in a what's it called when you're in an unsubmissive role, but everybody knows that's not the role he has with Jada, but
Right.
he's trying to play it off, and that's what's showing with this. That's why see a real to me if you
Mm-hmm.
a real masculine energy, you wouldn't have did that in front of everybody. You would have did something a little different and still got the job done
Right.
without trying to make it a spectacle and just try to be a tough guy. That wasn't a tough guy moment.
Not for me. No. 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 Even if I know we're playing armchair quarterback literally Monday, right? But even if he would have been, even if he felt the need to walk on the stage, right, and be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Yo, bro," you know what I mean? Keep her name out your mouth. What's really good with you?
Mm-hmm.
It would have, right, that would have made sense because it's words. You mad about words, you gave back words and you gave warning for the words, right? But you jump on the stage, sucker punch him, and then run along back to your seat.
You got caught laughing. That's all.
That's all. And then how do you know who knows this dude? Now, if we had a whole, violating people, you know what I mean, and then it turns into something else, what in your mind in that moment said, you know what, this is a good idea. I'm gonna do it for the whole world to see. How do you know? Even though Chris Rock doesn't look like he would do anything to you, how do you know that there's not people who gonna come see you?
Well, I think that see that goes to my next point, which because if it was a white dude, if it had it been
Mm,
Steve Martin or Billy
mhm.
Crystal or somebody, he wouldn't have did all that. You can do that because it's Chris Rock. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Like he's just a silly Chris Rock. So he wouldn't
Right.
have did that had it been what I'm saying, somebody else.
You had
And
it
that's
been.
why no, he wasn't scared of that. Was see that's what I'm saying. It's sort of like being a bully. Like he didn't have to. It didn't have to be all like that, and it's not genuine when you do stuff like that.
If it was 50 Cent who talks about everybody and their mother, do you think old boy would have ran up on 50 and sucker
Nope.
punched him and then
And
ran
you
up?
wouldn't have did Tupac like that either.
That's my point. Like you said, I agree with you on this one. There's a saying, "Duppy no wolf for frightened," right? You know who to pick on, you know who to mess with. And in this case, he understood that, like you said, it's Chris Rock. Everybody hates
Hmm.
Chris. So, you know what I mean? That goes along with the discussion. And if we can, if we even say Chris made jokes in bad taste, how about the way he just finished the job, though? How about the way he just kept working? What are your thoughts on that? I dropped the link in the box for those who want to join us.
That's
Go
weak
ahead,
too.
brother.
Both of them are weak. I don't like either one of them. But I I understand you. You're in front of. If you put your hands on me, I'm gonna put my hands on you. That's just how that's gonna go. Like
That's what
I
I
would have
saw
hit him
in my
back.
mind, but I didn't
Yeah,
want
you,
to
you get
promote
you get hit
violence.
back. Yeah, you get hit back. I don't care what. Yeah, you get hit back.
But he would kind of have to have chased him to hit him because Will moved really quickly.
He
You know
could have
what I'm
tripped
saying?
him. Or he should have did something. Like he could have tripped him or something.
He was tripped up.
Like he could have did something. I wouldn't have stood there. That's yeah, that's punking.
Do y'all think? Do you those in the audience think that Chris should? I mean, in my Jamaican mind, I just foresaw the return slap. You know what I mean? But that's just me. You know what I mean? Or in the Ike Turner vibe, I saw something coming back, but nothing came back. And some would say, I said Chris held his composure. He held his composure. He still had a job to do.
Right.
Um, and he went through and he made it a joke. He acknowledged it. He didn't ignore it. Oftentimes that's what comedians do. They're the voice in the society that talks about things that other people are afraid to talk about. He acknowledged that he got slapped. You understand what I'm saying? And he continued the show. He was stunned a little bit. He was talking gibbery for a minute, and then he got. Sarai said we playing. Yo, Will is a sucker for this. I'm not even going front. I'm not
Yeah,
even going front, Sarai. Will is a straight up lollipop for this joint
I
right here. He
know.
pulled right here.
Yeah.
Straight,
That didn't help
no
things.
chaser. This is all cap. Or I gotta say what the young youths them say. This is all cap.
Because
A
people
real
are like,
man.
oh, I stand with Will, and he's defending the black
No,
woman,
no,
and
no,
man, get
no,
out of here
no.
with all that.
I can't stand with Will on this. This is what some sucker business. Cause a real man, you gonna step to him and say jump, bruh.
Right.
You don't have to resort to violence unless the person is about that life. Therefore,
Hmm.
if you would have stepped to Chris and be like, "Yo, Chris, walk easy," right? And you would
Hmm.
already warned him. That's a different story. But the
Yeah.
warning is not like, "How could you?" And then run off. That's what it felt like to me.
I hear that island coming out of you with this too. That
Yeah,
island
because
coming out.
yeah, the violence brings another that conversation because the culture I come from, people say Jamaicans are they're very violent in their speech. You know what I mean? Everything is I'm gonna slap you, I'm gonna box you. You know what I mean? All of this
Hmm.
type of ruffian type thing. So energetically, I had to do a lot to kind of, you know what I mean, taper that off. But when I saw somebody just jump out the box and box him, I was like, oh no, Chris. Chris was really good. How you let this dude slap you like that,
Yeah,
bro?
it was an
No,
easy target. Chris Rock, come on, Will, man, come on.
no, no, sir. I said we need to bring back slap.
And it
Yo, I
wasn't that
guess
like it was a joke. Like it's a bad joke, but he wasn't insulting her. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have to
because
do all that. He if he was all right in if that relationship was on par, if
mm,
things was cool, he wouldn't have to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but because he's in a situation where, oh man, she's mad,
right.
that means that's shaky because you should be good where you don't feel you have to do all that over a joke.
Oh, because now look at the two pictures. he picked up right away that she kind of did look like Demi Moore in the conversation. Now, the assumption that people are making, first I heard the people saying she got, what they said she had? Autoimmune. Now they saying she has alopecia.
Mm-hmm.
Why she doesn't have any ear. Okay? Now, Jada is somebody who comes on the internet and tell all of her business. Clearly, you're not easily embarrassed about not having hair, fam. You
Well,
came on
I
the
don't know about
internet.
that. I don't know if I agree with that one because I mean I don't know if it's the alopecia or not, but I mean it is. You know how it is, sisters. You don't mess with the hair. It was a bad joke, and she probably did feel a certain way about it. It wasn't that, but yeah, I think she did feel a certain way because it's like that's something. You don't. You That's something you you just don't go there. But
I don't know. It's I guess it's a obvious though. It's
yeah.
either, first of all, a lot of the women are cutting off their hair for different reasons. Yeah.
Mhm.
This person cut off their hair, Celia Lathan cut off their hair, this person is bald headed, that person bald headed. Who's going into all of the reasons? I'm not, I don't got that kind of time. Oh, this is why this person cut their hair, this is why that person cut their hair. I don't know. I don't know that he knows. I can't assume that he knows. He would have to come out and say, yeah, I knew she cut her hair because she had alopecia. And if he wanted to make an alopecia joke, wouldn't he just made an alopecia joke?
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, it's like you say, it's a joke in bad taste.
Hmm.
But to try to slap the taste out of his mouth,
Yeah, he didn't have to do all that.
he was
That was,
doing the most.
yeah,
Somebody
that's too
says
much.
Jamaicans would have been on that stage. What?
Ah,
That's what I'm saying. I tell you, they're rowdy, boy. They're rowdy. They're too rowdy.
oh
They're
boy.
too rowdy. She tells all of her business. India says, we know all, right. We know all about, she talk about Will. She emasculate her husband at every turn, fam. Every turn. Yeah. So this is a bit weird to me. Though, like you said, the overreaction, it was something that he didn't deal with aforetime. And I guess it brings us to this point. How do we as people, when you get into problems with people, how do you deal with repairing the breach so that it doesn't come to a point where now you feel like you got to be Mr. Bravado on
Mhm.
the stage, right? How
Right,
could this have been handled differently?
right. I'm trying to think what I would have did. It's kind of hard to say. Like,
Sarai, Sarai said, Sarai, Sarai said, if you're here, follow and we laugh. Sarai said, you don't get that slap. Nah, virgin. Listen, I guess I was taught, okay, I told you where I come from, okay? Don't hit first. I guess
right,
that's the lens from which I'm viewing. But I
right.
was also taught if they hit you, you better not say you lost. So it's kind of extreme. Like, don't throw that first blow, but you better not come home and say they whipped you behind. So in my mind, it's like, Chris, you ain't throw the first blow, so you wasn't wrong. That dude should have got. He would have got clocked by a microphone, a Heineken bottle, something. He needs to understand that it was totally inappropriate, bruh. If I hit you, if I threaten to hit you or her, that's different. But your
Hmm.
response, I don't know. But go ahead.
I think something should have been done. Like, I was thinking, like what I would have. I would have definitely. Well, first of all, I would have tried to. I would have looked at her first before laughing. That's the first thing. I would have been like, let me see how she's looking before I decide if I'm gonna laugh at this joke right now. That's the first thing. Now, either way, though, I would have went up there. I would have did something, but what I would have did was I would have intimidated him, like what you said. Like, and if he reacts, then I have to get physical. But I
Right,
would
right,
have did
right. Then you
something
gotta
like get
please
in
him.
his. I would have did something, but he was just like, you don't walk up and just that's nah, that's weak.
Okay, let's see. Sarai is not feeling us today. Let's see what's going on, sis. Look, Sarai said when you understand her, listen, I understand all of that. Hurt, trauma. First of all, part of this to me, Will Smith, you had an original wife, like the original Aunt Viv. You feel me? Whatever happens, you leave the original and go for trying to make whatever you're making. And so you made the bed and in it you lie, right? Now, this
Mhm.
woman, from then till now, you have been under some strenuous parts of your relationship that now is coming to light. All of that, I think, is what culminates to this moment. He can't necessarily, or haven't brought himself, and I don't condone slapping a woman, so he's not going to slap her, but he really does want to. In my look how he was sitting there when they was having the August Alsina conversation. That was crazy. She brings him onto this red table talking about you over here had entanglements, right? Dude is over there making songs talking about um feeling up on your wife, nothing but shame and disgrace in the street, and you still showing up with her. That has to do something to your manhood,
Yeah,
bruh.
he's missed too many masculine opportunities, so he's trying to make
Yes,
up
he
for
did. Yes, he did. This was the wrong spot. You missed too many good parking spots to park way down at the end of the lane, fam.
it.
Where was you when August was doing the song about in the sheets with your wife? Where was you?
Hmm.
You missed too many opportunities. And then his children on the computer talking about yeah, that's how we roll. Oh no, stop it. No, just be able to say, yeah.
Whatever,
Jada's
man.
in the dress with the pink hair talking about this is how we roll. You guys need to stop it now. On a really just need to stop. This is unacceptable. And I usually don't get this invested, but just to see some of how we're responding to it and how we're justifying some of the behavior, to me, is what leads to, if it was a different person, it would have been a different result.
Yeah.
Now people are saying, what if it's a crime? It's called assault.
Yeah, it
And
is.
it's called assault in California. It is a crime, right? It's a misdemeanor. You assaulted him. Now, if an officer had walk up to a so-called black man and just slap him, we would say what? What would we say? Say the man was over there like, yeah, your wife, that's why your wife is blah, blah, blah. He's shooting off at the mouth. And the officer just walks over to the dude and slaps him. Will we be like, yeah, that's what he get? He was talking about his wife.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying? All of a
mm,
sudden now it gets different. All of a sudden now I don't feel comfortable doing what I just did. You know what I mean?
right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he knew what he was doing. I just say he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
But if anybody else have anything to say, what's up? One. I know we probably ruffled some feathers. I ruffled some feathers. I know.
I don't know
But
why.
right, because I think because some people were telling me if somebody talked about their wife, they would have had the same reaction.
Yeah,
It's like I
no, but
said,
see, that's what I'm saying. That's not what happened though, because he
right,
was laughing. Yes, if
right.
he was mad too about the joke, okay, but
Mm,
that ain't what happened. He was laughing, and he got caught laughing. That's what happened. It's not genuine. That's yeah, they
right.
right. Like if I was offended by if you insult my wife, and I take it like that, yeah, something finna happen. But I'm laughing though. I'm with it. Only reason why he had to get up is because he didn't want to get the wrath of Jada. That's not that's
Yes,
not that's not genuine. That's not masculine. That's not protective. That's fear.
right. Someone says, welcome to the conversation, all those who join us. Peace Seeker says, what type of adult thinks it's acceptable to insult someone's wife in front of the world about their hair loss due to a disease? Again,
Will
this
does.
is two conversations. What?
Will does because he was laughing.
Because this is what I'm saying. We're having two different discussions. We're having an emotional discussion, right? A moral discussion where we think we more than two different discussions. A social discussion, right? And then we're having something that has to do with, do you have the right to do what you did? It's not just one way. There's might have assumptions. Before this moment, like I said, I did not know when he made that joke, the woman had hair problems. We're making a gross assumption like everybody's on red table talk like, yeah, the woman has hair. How about nobody who knew? One would
Right.
have to
Will's
first
fake
prove
anyway.
that he
Then
did
he's
it.
crying and stuff after. Like if you were real about it, what you doing crying later? Oh, I really man, get out of here, man.
This is what I'm saying. Peace Seeker, thank you for sharing your thoughts. But like I said again, they hired. I'm not saying that Chris Rock's jokes are in taste. What I'm saying is this it's just like the other day, not the other day. What's his name? Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle getting big fire, big problems by saying what he has to say. People don't like it, they shut him down. He talks about Candace Owens. Candace Owens is like, yo, he's just doing his job, right? So it's not like these people are not, or just only, I'm gonna going on you on X, Y, and Z. We're assuming that everybody knew she had a hair problem. That's number one. So I would say to that, to put the judgment on the person who thinks it's acceptable to insult, the whole roast, he was insulting people. If that be the case, why are y'all hiring somebody to insult people for the whole night? I didn't hire. Something is the response that he gave. He's not justified in hitting somebody that did not present a physical threat to him or his wife. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He could have
Yeah.
handled it in another way. That's what I'm saying. Because if you did
Right.
that somewhere else, and next thing you know, black on black crime violence, people have lost their life for less. And then we out here
Yeah.
singing "We Shall Overcome." Come on, man.
I know, right?
What's really good? Come on, let's stop now.
It's fake, man. It's fake. It's fake outrage. The man wasn't mad. He got caught. He was afraid. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that. Nah, that's not the same thing to me. The man was trying to show
No,
out.
it's not.
Nah, that ain't.
Yeah.
That ain't.
Sister, if someone walked up to you
Chris
on
is
the
wrong though. Chris is wrong. Like I said, you don't mess with a black woman's hair. You don't. That's just you don't. That's not. You don't go to that area. You don't. You don't even approach that area, especially when the man's right there. So the joke was bad, but he ain't. You know, it wasn't that bad where he needed to do all that, and it shows because, like I said, he was
again,
laughing. You know what I'm saying? It
what-
has to do with his relationship with Jada. Why he did that?
how many black women, so-called black women, have quite a few? Yes,
Wait, you went out. Say that again.
one would have. I said, how many melanated women who are in this spotlight have cut their hair off bald in recent times?
Yeah, that's true.
Some have done it for I'm renewing. Some have done it for the big chop. Some reason it's the same
It sounds like you
here.
going in and
That's
out.
something they desire to do. Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Yes, sorry about. I say that we made a joke or on. He's making a gross assumption. The assumption. If you took it like
Oh, I don't know if it's my phone.
can I be heard? Can I be heard?
Yeah, it sounds like you can hear you now.
You can hear me now? Let me try to come closer to the router. My point being, we are offended, but there's two different things. Once you assault somebody, it becomes legal issue. You understand what I'm saying? There's a legal issue that we're talking about here that people are overlooking because they're emotionally triggered. Is the computer? No, that's why something the router is. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else everybody's saying. That's the question that's not known. Chris was used to humiliate someone who was already humiliated themselves so many times on different occasions. Truthful says he was weak about this one. He was scared of Jada's reaction.
Yeah. Yep. And then, as a black man, I just know whatever you think of, a sister's hair, you need, you just keep it to, you don't, you just don't speak on that. We know you just don't say, whatever you think about it, it's best not to keep it to yourself. So it was not tasteful. Mm-hmm.
It was not saying Peace Seeker is over here saying millions of people know. That's an assumption. There's millions of people in this world. I'm one of them who did not know. I don't follow these people every day. He got what he deserved. How you a peace seeker and you out here saying he was supposed to get pimp slapped? See, we always say it. Guess what? Guess what? The energy shall return. Remember that, because we live in a universe where what we give out is what we get back. So So that
Right.
same energy that he felt he was justified in doing, understand that type of stuff come back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. India says Chris didn't insult Jada about her hair loss. He compared her to another bald actress.
Yeah, but she was I mean, I can see why she was offended, though. I mean, he wasn't
I could
insulting
see
her,
why
but you know how that's sensitive for a lot of sisters. That's sensitive, their hair and stuff.
I'm not saying that I can't see why she was offended, but my question is offended to the degree that he jumps up and assaults the person?
No, it wasn't that
Th-
deep.
th- Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Let me know if I'm still going in and out. The router's tripping today, so I might have to.
You good for now? I'm
Um,
about to get off though, because I'm about to.
all
I'm
right,
gonna
then.
see if
Thank
I
you
can go
for
live
coming
right quick.
through.
Okay.
Thank you for coming through. All right.
All right. Peace.
Uh, Sarai says funny. I personally think Dave Chappelle did 8.46 to be sure the situation did not turn into another joke like everything else. No, I don't think everything is a joke. I don't think every. I don't think this was about her hair either, India. I don't think this was about her hair. I think this was about the issue that they had, him not standing in solidarity with them, him still going on with the show, him using them as a part of the bit, him saying that he thinks it's unfair that Will got 20 million for a role that wasn't good. You know what I mean? I think this had to do with violating him in other spaces before this time, and that this was just an opportunity to show how he really feels about it. Like, here he goes doing it again. I'm not going to let him get away with it. So I think this was a culmination. Yeah, I don't. He's a hater. I mean, that's what they hired him to do, so, right? They hired him to hate. I don't, like I said, thank everybody for tuning in. I think the joke was in, I could see where he was going with it, but overall, this wasn't about that joke. It was about, yeah, I finally won the Oscar, so I can do. It's like this. If I've been waiting so long at a job to finally get something and I get it, I don't care no more. So if he's been waiting 20, 30 something years for an Oscar, he's been doing all of these roles, all of these roles, all of these roles, and he finally gets it, then I could cut up. Because if y'all find me now, it don't matter because I finally got what I wanted. Remember, he never got an Oscar before after all of his roles. So now is the time where he can cut up because he won. I can't. I can't. So with that said, I saw a thing in the street the other day. There's the guy that goes around saying to people, saying stuff to people as he's passing them in the store. I don't know if you've seen him on social media. He says stuff and then he's like, nah, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. So he says it to this one lady and he's passing a remark, but the man is there. And the man goes and grabs this guy by the neck and like, yo, what you said, I'm not into that joke. I'm not into them jokes. And it's like, bruh, it's caught on. So you assaulted the person once again. And some people may say you're justified. But when something else happens because you first jumped out the window, don't cry foul. Yeah, they could take their idol back. That's what I say. They probably gonna end up taking their little idol back because he broke the protocol. So he might get his little idol revoked. I gotta find out what's wrong with my thing here. All right, everybody. This thing is going in and out. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Oh, that was crazy. We'll talk again next time. All right, let me play this on the way out. See you next time.